We're on our way to Hebron, learn some kabbalah with some very great folks. But I wanted to stop here on the view, give everybody a little sense of where we live and what it's all about out here. See behind me is the view all the way to Ashdod, Ashkelon, Beit Shemesh. Far in the distance you have Aza, and we had a missile a few weeks ago that came within about a kilometer, which felt very close for us over here. You know, it doesn't really make you feel like a hero, but it does make you feel like we're fighting for something. And I think that's important for most people in the world to know why they suffer, why they're fighting, what they're fighting for. Because if you're fighting and you don't know what you're fighting for, then it's a pretty sad thing. Anyways, but our topic tonight from Parshat Vayikra, and I don't know, which is the moon, the street light or I guess, there they are, both of them. The topic tonight, rabbis and scientists, is in the Zohar. It's a very short paragraph, and it says that in the times of Mashiach, the rabbis will all go into a room. It says cheder is the language. Into a room and be together. And all the scientists will become great and powerful and spread throughout the world. And their influence will be, well out there in the big secular world, shall we say. Why does the Zohar tell us this at the time of Mashiach? What's going on? Well, behind the story is the spiritual background is like this. See, there's a certain amount of knowledge that's emerging from heaven all the time. See, God is all knowledge, the totality of knowledge. And he streams that knowledge into the world, and people pick it up depending on their vessel, depending on their mind, their heart, their merit, their good deeds, etc. And that knowledge that comes into the world has an order. Because Zohar Hadash teaches that the world is like an onion, layer after layer after layer. And the Ein Sof Baruch Hu, the infinite being, is at the center of everything, at the center of this psychic onion, which is countless levels, countless layers. And his power and influence of the infinite goes through the layers of the onion to the most physical, farthest point from the great infinite holiness. Okay, so you have this continuum that the Zohar uses the onion as a model. Okay. And when that information is coming from the Creator into the human realm, which, by the way, is higher than the angelic realm and certainly higher than the animal kingdom and the physical world itself, when it comes in, it goes to wherever the vessel is made. And if some people don't make a vessel, then it will find someone else who can hold the light. And we see that there has been a proliferation of science for the last, 140 years, since the 1880s, when there were several great discoveries made in the realm of physics, in the realm of magnetics, electronics, a lot of the hard sciences, that a lot of them were in Germany and a lot of them were Jewish. And a lot of wisdom came down into the world through those vessels of Jewish German scientists. And I could name a list of them, and you probably know them better than I do. But that's not the point. Why does the Zohar say the rabbis are going to go into a room as if they're going to hide out, as if they're not going to be part of the external world? Well, because we understand that when the divine inspiration goes into the hard sciences, it's not necessarily going into the metaphysical sciences. Because the influx, which is basically called shefa, or mochin in Zohar language, mental power. The mental power that comes into the world is going to go where there is an opening. And if the rabbis are closed to the sciences because they don't learn those sciences, then that wisdom will go to the external forces. Now, those external forces, we say, well, okay, they're the scientists. They did the hard work in graduate school to be able to be able to receive inspiration about how to extract knowledge that's useful for the human race from science. And the rabbis are poring over the Talmud and all the holy books. What it's really pointing out to us a distance that is opened up between the metaphysical and the physical wisdom that exists in this world. And it's my belief that that distance is an artificial creation of the human mind. That the true science is Kabbalah. It's called the father of all sciences. And all the other hard sciences, the 7 major wisdoms that are well known to some people, those sciences like mathematics, music, kinetics, chemistry, biology, logic, grammar, these disciplines, they help us see a larger, more unified worldview, if you choose to see it that way. And the Zohar helps us to see that these wisdoms are all coming from the same place. They're coming from one very, very intelligent, wise God. You know, I found it astounding that some people, you know, think God is just a little bit smarter than the human race. You know? It makes you laugh, right? It's like comparing the genius in the class to the simple guy that, you know, sits in the back and doesn't pay attention because he doesn't understand. No, that's not the difference between the human race and the Creator. We can't even estimate. We have no idea of the greatness of the Creator and His wisdom and His knowledge. But He shows us a little bit of it through the physical world. So I want to bless everybody this week to start to think about the unification of science, the unification of wisdom, and that nobody has a monopoly on wisdom and understanding. The scientists don't have it all, you know, what's going on above. And the Kabbalists, well, they still have to learn a lot about probably a lot of the hard sciences that you have to go through graduate school to learn. But the Talmud, when you learn Talmud, you see that there's tremendous amounts of medicine. There's astronomy. There is physics. There is geometry. There's all kinds of wisdom embedded in the Talmud, that if you know the Talmud, you're going to know those things. And you're going to have a hand in anything that you pick up to read. You're going to know them. So we want to see them as all one unified realm of knowledge that is God's realm. And we partake of what we receive by our choice and by who we are and what we do, what we're here to do. But when you see it all as one, you take out the friction between people and between worldviews, and you start to see that we're all in this together, regardless of what you know and what you don't know, and who you believe in and who you don't believe in, and whatever religion you were brought up with is probably way short of what you need to feel like you have a place in this universe, a place of purpose and meaning. That when I hit this road tonight, I'm going to pass maybe 100 places where people have been shot and killed in terrorist attacks. It happens all the time. They don't even tell us. I get reports from people that are working on the inside that say that maybe 1/3 of what really happens out there is reported. And so when we hit that road, we hit that road with knowledge of only one being that can protect us all, guide us all, and guard us on our journeys. But the journey is always the same, back to the one. We should be blessed to meet there together. Shavua Tov, have a great week. We'll see you on all the platforms. All the best.